it's if you have a driver who your crew chief thinks is capable of understanding what needs to be done and how you can address your car balance throughout a run, a fuel run, which is different at every racetrack. A fuel run at Martinsville is 125 laps. A fuel run at Michigan is 38 laps or 35 laps, something like that. So there's different perspectives of it. Is my point that your car is going to change at different tracks given the number of laps that you have per run. So you can manipulate that with the track bar. You raise it up, it frees the car up. You drop it down, it tightens the car up. So as the fuel burns off, when you lose weight off the back of the car and your percentage goes to the front, you're going to typically want to start freeing your car up as the run goes on. Now that can change with different tires and different tire combinations as the tires build pressure too, but more often than not, you want to at least, if it's a tool that we have on the race car and if the driver's capable of adjusting it, you better let him adjust it if he's capable.
Well, and so at the very beginning, you said if your crew chief trusts you.
I think he does.
Do you think Luke trusts you?
I think he does.
Yes. Okay. Richard, how do you feel about the drivers being able to adjust the car in the race car? I mean, you started, your first race was 1969 in Talladega, right? NASCAR, yeah. And so you've been a driver. How do you feel about your guys playing around with the control of the car while it's rolling around the track?
Well, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's one more thing that we get to work with, and I think the biggest thing is TV will be able to show, well, here's Ryan Newman going down the straightaway, and he's turning his rear track bar up 5 rounds or one round or whatever it is. So it'll be something for the fans, plus I think the drivers can work with it and make minor changes in the car.
As a car owner, what's the biggest impact of the 2015 rules changes? The reduction in horsepower, you've got the track bar adjustment, you've got the reduction in the spoiler in the back. What's going to be the biggest impact, do you think?
The cost. NASCAR is very expensive. I think the whole thing, and we don't mind it, I think the big thing that NASCAR is wanting to do is make a better show for the race fans, and the drivers support it, the owners support it. We all support it because that's what we want, is better and better. I think we had a great season this year as a sport, and I think it's only going to be better with these rule changes next year.
Okay. Ryan, what do you think the biggest impact is going to be? What are we going to see on the track from your perspective?
I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of the same. I think Richard's right. The competition was really great in 2014. The principles behind some of the rule changes of having a shorter spoiler and less horsepower is to have a balance of overall top speed so that it's safe for the cars as well as the drivers as well as the fans, so that the cars aren't getting airborne. At the same time that we can have a little bit of fall off and make the drivers, instead of spending so much time wide open, that we're actually lifting out of the gas more often, which gives us the ability to pass going into the corner, not just coming off the corner. When you're wide open all the way up to the center of the corner, it's just a matter of horsepower and who gets there first. But when you're lifting, you have to be able to drive and adjust your driving style to that corner or that track or that line or that lane change that you made. And that, I think, doubles the raceability of what our cars and racetrack packages are. And that's a big part of it. So the more we can slow down the cars by having to slow down the cars versus just slowing down the cars because of a rule change is going to make it for better racing.
Okay. Any other questions out here? Okay, here we go.
I worked with Ryan back when he was at USAC circuit.